with the flame in a hailstorm. I'm back in, I gotta have it. Everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip as pull you into me. When I let you go, it just pulled you closer. It's a long departure. Come down from where you are and pick me up again. Obsidian is the color of my mind, and you think you can save me from myself. Everything I touch, I go.
Show me all your innocence. I'm holding up for one last time. We seem so much better than I just left for far too long. I couldn't hold you close. I couldn't let you go. Was hot as hell back home, but when you go, it's frozen out to 40 below. left for far too long. I couldn't hold you close. I couldn't let you go. Was hot as hell back home. But when you go, it's frozen down to 40 below.
I turned off the lights, I got off the wires. When I close my eyes, disconnected and tired. I see you. I see you, yeah. And I know you keep asking me, flames and fire. I know you are done with me. It's just fired. It's just fire. I was wrong, but I made it right. You came begging day and night. I don't wanna hit the bottom, don't go out of your state of mind. I've been counting 1 to 10. I'll be back when you begin. With my music again and again. I see you. Yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. I see you. Yeah, I see you go down. Yeah, I see you go down. And I know you keep asking me, flames and fire. I know you are done with me. It's just fired. I see you go down, yeah, I see you go down. I see you go down, yeah, I see you just fired. Fire. I know you keep asking me, flames and fire. I know you are done with me. It's just fired. I'm just a number to make you smile, and you need me to hold you close, and all your fears that you dream of will disappear.
and I look down, and all your fears have run aground. Then you said, all I ever wanted was to love like this. All I ever needed was to feel like something more than a closed door flat on the floor. I can offer so much more. All I ever wanted was to feel at ease. All I ever needed was to get up off my feet. 'Cause I believe in hold on just a little. We'll meet right here in the middle ground.
Yep.
I think we're good. Gangplank ban. Wow. That's a strong starting ban.
Yeah, I agree. Gangplank blind is also really strong.
I think they know it's a flex too. The mid and the top both play it.
Yeah, the Fiddlesticks ban comes out. Northville Varsity, really strong Fiddlesticks jungle player. Also, that champ is just crazy in team fights. So I like the Fiddlesticks ban.
It's a very common ban when people are playing against the JV too.
And the Varus ban
come on.
shows that they've been watching the game
Varus.
before. Because
Wow.
Dakota has shown to love putting Varus in the bottom lane and carrying with the champion.
The Seraphine
Dragon
ban is
ban
really
comes out.
interesting. I feel like the Seraphine ban might have been maybe not the best ban there, honestly. Depends on what they're drafting here, but Dakota doesn't really lead with strong Seraphine comps that often.
But yeah, I mean, obviously the Darius ban coming out. Northville
Yeah,
Varsity
yeah.
top laner having
More
over
reliable
500,000
one.
mastery points in this champion. Strong ban, just get rid of that powerful top lane pick. And I'm curious to see what Northville JV is going to first pick here on blue side.
Hopefully, it's a flex pick. That will be strong, and I know that have been working on bringing a lot of strong flexes out recently.
Oh,
LeBlanc.
it's just the first pick, LeBlanc.
That makes sense though, because the JV mid does love playing either Zoe or LeBlanc. There's not much in between. So that's a pretty reliable pick.
Viego response coming from Dakota. That is technically a flex between top and jungle, although I do expect it to go jungle, considering their jungler is well known for his Viego and Lilia play. Very strong player for sure. And
I wouldn't even be surprised if it showed mid, honestly.
But however, from the last patch, his Viego has been moved to the jungle by Riot, so it would be very surprising if Dakota did decide to move Viego into the side lanes.
that's true. I do
It's
expect
very
that Viego
likely
to be
mid.
going. And yeah, Nivea lock in.
Wow,
Dakota mid,
Nivea.
very strong Nivea player, very comfortable blind this matchup into Northville JV's mid laner. So Viego and Nivea coming out from Dakota.
Wow.
Very interesting comp already.
That's interesting to me because I feel like the Nivea pick into LeBlanc is not as reliable as a lot of other picks that could have been.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
chosen there.
Brent, I know you're a mid laner. What do you think of taking this matchup, LeBlanc to Nivea? Is that strong for
I
like
feel
who's
like
winning for?
LeBlanc indefinitely wins it. The wall has very little value. It's hard to maintain Blizzard. And the Volibear pick now, that's probably jungle. It could be
Yeah,
top.
I think it is jungle coming out from Northville JV. I mean, and I think this is really strong. I mean, the Volibear LeBlanc offering a lot of dive pressure onto this Anivia, considering the Anivia's wall is not very effective against either of those champs. Volibear has the ult to jump over the wall, and LeBlanc can just W over the wall. So I think they're going to put a lot of early pressure onto this Anivia. I'd love to see that happen.
And I also believe that was a really smart.
Flex too, because
Yep.
I know the top laner is also a big Volibear player, so there's a lot of potential in that pick. But Nami, that's an interesting one. Not expecting a Nami pick already.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a Nami pick either. Blinding support and then blinding Nami is really interesting here, but we're going to have to see what Dakota picks up against it.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Volibear pick must be jungle if they're countering Viego. That could have been the idea behind that pick.
Yeah, I mean, it is still a flex, though. It could go either way. I do expect it to go to the jungle, however.
Yeah, I think the Volibear pick is really smart here. The Nami is interesting. And then the Sivir is out to try to counter the Nami, using the spell shield to negate either her ult or her bubble.
Yeah, I mean, the bubble being very telegraphed from the Nami, easily spell shieldable, plus Sivir Q just outranging Nami in lane.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That might be a hard lane based on what else they pick here, especially if it's another
Too bad the
squishy.
Vayne. That's interesting though, because Vayne, I'm not really seeing too much value from Vayne here.
There's already
Even at
3
the looks.
squishies on the board.
Well,
or the
banning
board.
Yeah.
Vayne, it seems like Dakota is going to be picking some sort of tanks maybe later on in R4, R5, as right now Vayne doesn't really seem to be too much of a threat to them in this current state.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Vayne ban is quite peculiar, considering they don't have many tanks, and also Sivir does win to the Vayne matchup, so that's really interesting. We'll see what the last ban is here for Dakota. It will be the Jhin.
Wow.
I do like that ban more than the Vayne, though. They
That
are
makes
squishy,
sense,
and Jhin
yeah.
does win into the Sivir. And also, I know Northville JV, their ADC, is pretty strong Jhin player.
Well, they know that the
Honestly,
volley.
that Jhin would have been really strong. And also, I will say that would be a little harder for the Sivir, because it's way harder to deal with Sivir based on leaning on the champ pool of the JV ADC.
I definitely agree.
This added on to Volibear could be top lane or jungle, so they're being wise and not banning any champions from either of those lanes and just
That
banning
is
out the
super
ADC.
true, actually. I didn't even realize that, but yeah, just targeting the ADCs, knowing that ADC still hasn't been picked. Volibear could go top or jungle still. We're gonna see what Dakota picks up here on R4.
Vel'Koz.
What?
If they lock this in, this is
No
super
way.
interesting. It's gonna be a
No
Vel'Koz
way.
support then.
Not Vel'Koz and a Nivea on it. Oh my
Interesting.
god. Oh, a
Taking
double artillery.
Vel'Koz into this dive comp of
That
LeBlanc
is-
Volibear is super
That's
interesting.
wild. Wait, that's so smart though, because that just Nami doesn't exist anymore. There is no
I
more
totally
Nami.
agree. Vel'Koz
Oh
in
my
lane
God.
against Nami absolutely destroys Nami, just pokes outranges. The
Like,
one thing I do
that's
see though is
insane.
Nami can sustain the poke. But
Well, I
yeah,
can already
mean,
see the LeBlanc one shotting the Vel'Koz, but if that doesn't happen, that pick is really good. And,
yeah, and it will be Volibear in the
Mundo
jungle.
coming out,
Mundo
wow.
coming out top lane blind.
The flex is killed now, so it's Volley jungle, Dr. Mundo top. Interesting.
But we'll see what comes out from Northville JV on the ADC. Something that goes well with Nami. I'm not.
This might
too
matter
sure
a lot.
about-
They're very low on damage. The only damage is currently Assassin.
That is actually really true. LeBlanc being the only damage, Mundo Volibear not really having too much damage. If they don't pick
Yeah.
the low damage ADC here, they might really struggle. Although the comp of Dakota is not too tanky, so I don't think they're really gonna. be a huge
LeBlanc
issue.
gets so much value out of just being LeBlanc here.
Diana.
Wow,
That might be an
wait.
insta lock though. I'm not sure if
That-
that's actually the
That
pick.
has to be a misclick. There's no way.
I believe that probably has to do with the not play versus the pro drafts insta lock any random champion if you don't pick one. So
Yeah, you
hopefully
might
we can
want
see a
to
response
check.
from
I
the
would
dudes
be
there.
in the chat.
thoroughly surprised if it was actually a Diana.
Ezreal.
Yeah,
And
Ezreal. It
we
looks
have
like
said it
it's
is an
Ezreal.
Ezreal.
No
Yes.
way. That's not the damage I was expecting them to bring out.
I agree.
honestly.
That is pretty low damage ADC. I think Northville could really struggle with some damage here. Although
Yeah.
I do like the Ezreal because the Dakota is
Tristana.
gonna
That,
switch.
What?
What?
Has to be an insta lock, right? They have 3 potential mid laners.
That is a
here.
Kench. That is a
Okay,
Kench.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, it is a Tom Kench. That makes way more sense. coming out
Okay,
from
yeah.
Dakota.
And
Kench, that's gonna be rough, I think. For
honestly,
Mundo.
I
That might
don't
not be as
see-
good.
I don't see how Northville JV can kill many of Dakota's characters in this state.
I'll be
Dakota can
honest,
just poke
the,
them out from so far away.
I
And
think
the
it's gonna,
Ezreal's really hard because he's trying to play poke, but he's never gonna beat a Vel'Koz or a Nivea in that game. He'll just be struggling the entire game.
yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna really come down to whether LeBlanc can find these engages. Because if LeBlanc can get onto the Sivir, get onto the Vel'Koz, get onto the Nivea, I mean, I think she can do some real damage in this team comp. But with the Tom Kench there, it's gonna be really tough. So we'll see. I mean, looking at these team comps, I don't see anybody on side of Northville that can kill this Kench if he gets rolling. It's gonna be super, super difficult. Yeah, I mean, this Kench is gonna, if he starts getting rolling in this land into the Mundo, I mean, he's just gonna build tanky and he's just gonna snowball the game out of control, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I think the best case scenario in this case for Northville right here is just letting top lane become a tank lane. Nothing happens. That might be the best play because I'm not sure what they can do top here.
Even letting Kench scale up here is super scary for this out of Northville. I mean, their only damage is LeBlanc Ezreal, and man, that is not going to be able to deal with a Kench come
Man,
late.
I don't think this Mundo will at any point have a significant lead. I think it's just going to turn into a tank lane. That just might not be the best play here.
No, I definitely agree. But
I
I'm super
will
curious
say
to see how
the-
this game unfolds.
Yeah, and what I will say is I think the Ezreal might have been maybe a little bit panicked almost because they had the pro draft run out because the pick might not have as much value because of the fact that even though they're all squishy, he's outranged by almost the entire team. And honestly, the only person I could see actually causing a commotion in this game is LeBlanc. I think she has a ton of value, but Kench might be the end of her in a lot of these fights.
Yeah,
This-
I mean, but looking at this pick, man, it's so hard to pick an ADC here because, like, I'm looking at this Ezreal pick, but I don't really see much that'd be better here. I mean,
And you also-
even if you,
You also have to keep
Even
in
if you-
mind that the Dakota has banned so many of Northville JV's ADCs that he was stuck in a kind of a pinch
Yeah,
in trying
absolutely.
to choose an ADC.
I mean,
Yeah.
even if I think it's difficult because if you try to go kind of thematically with the LeBlanc with the dive, I mean, you're looking at something like Samir or Kaisa, but I mean, those champions in this lane into Sivir Vel'Koz, like those short range assassin like ADCs, you're just gonna get destroyed. Like you're never gonna be able to get farm. You're gonna be pressured out the entire lane, so you're kind of forced onto this like more safe like back range style like AD carries, but it doesn't fit thematically with the LeBlanc, and also you're just lacking some damage. Like you're never gonna be able to kill this Tom Kench if he starts getting ahead.
Yeah, and honestly, kind of just looking at it objectively, I'm trying to think of the win cons for each comp, and I think Northville JV, the way that they have to play this game is very catch reliant with the volley, Nami bubble, just LeBlanc's entire kit, and possibly even just with Ezreal playing on the backside. I don't think there's any point in this game where they can just straight up fight them.
But it's gonna be so
No,
hard
I agree.
as Anivia Vel'Koz are just gonna be so far behind, and Sivir, and she has her spell shield, and Viego and Kench. Viego has a lot of escape tools with his EW and his R, and Kench, I don't think Northville has enough damage to kill the Tom Kench ever.
Also,
That's true.
I was gonna say that definitely could have been a reason why they banned Vayne. I was like the Vayne ban in that isolation when we just saw like those three characters looked a little interesting because they weren't tanky, but I think they definitely banned the Vayne in anticipation of this Kench because without the Vayne, yeah, nothing can really damage this Kench.
Yeah, what's really shocking to me is Gita Wizard. He's definitely played a lot of Tom Kench throughout this tournament. I'm shocked they let it go through if it was going to be this much of a problem for their comp.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
right now
this Kench is super scary.
I
I
believe
can't see any way they beat it.
Yep, and I feel like once Northville JV has seen that they did ban the Vayne, they should have thought of the possibilities that maybe they were going to bring up to stop them from being able to kill them, such as they banned the Vayne, and so they really don't have an ADC that could kill Kench anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think unless Dakota like mispositions over and over again, I mean, I think it's. I mean, I don't know if you. I think like I wonder if you guys agree, but I think like Dakota's comp is just better. Honestly, I would say like I would
I
way
agree.
rather have this comp.
Yep,
I'd
it's-
rather have it because it's so much easier to execute. Kind of almost play like a front to back with artillery in the back and just have Tom Kench in the front. Sever just needs to engage if needed ever. Because honestly, they don't need to with the amount of poke from Sever Q and Nivea and Vel'Koz. Viego, if they get low enough, Viego and Tom Kench, they just Sever, they just go in and they just cause commotion.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you play front to back. I mean, Vel'Koz, Sivir, and Nivea perma poking. I mean, because also just the lane pressure in this game, like Kench wins. I mean, the top lane is even. I think it's just a tank farm lane. But I mean, LeBlanc does have some fighting chances into Anivia, maybe with some solo kills early. But bot is just a nightmare for Northville. I think this bot lane is just. I mean, you're just gonna get poked out. You're gonna be perma shoved under a tower. I think Dakota's gonna be able to have bot priority basically whenever they want. And if Viego, does path bot to bot scuttle, I don't think there's any world in which he loses it.
And honestly, this Vel'Koz support pick's kind of insane. I've never actually seen Vel'Koz support in comp. I'm very interested to see how he plays it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think but I do like it into the Nami. I gotta say, Vel'Koz in a bubble, like in like just in the lane into Nami sounds really bad for Nami because I think Nami just gets outranged by this Vel'Koz.
This added to the fact that if both teams go evenly, I think everyone agrees here that Dakota has the advantage just because of the draft advantage that they have.
I would say, yeah, Anivia, Vel'Koz, and Tom Kench. I can't imagine how they're gonna outscale those three.
Also,
I can see
the
Dr.
stream
Moon though.
title is Northville University versus Lloyd Norix. So you should
Oh,
probably
is
change
it?
to
All right,
Dakota.
sorry about that.
No, I just noticed. So that's fine. That's funny though. It looks like we're about to hop into the game.
I think we're loading in.
Yeah,
There we go.
but I'm excited. I'm also excited to see how these junglers are gonna interact with each other in the early game. I think pathing. I'm assuming both junglers are gonna path bots to top here. They might meet on top scuttle, which is gonna be interesting because the top lane is quite even. But I think Northville should have the early shove on LeBlanc in mid. But I'm pretty sure Volbear beats Viego in the early 1v1. So I'm excited to see who's gonna get top scuttle here.
The first thing I noticed though is LeBlanc went Ignite in this game, so I think she's looking to carry this game and get solo kills on Anivia because that's.
I mean, That's gotta be the
that's
win
really
condition.
cocky. Yeah, it definitely they rely on LeBlanc a lot to just even segue them into late game at all. And honestly, Dakota's whole thing is they have to get Tom Kench in the game and just keep their artillery scaling. So I will have to see if LeBlanc can keep up, but definitely with that ignite, she's trying.
Yeah, I mean, like.
Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Sorry. And I was gonna say, like LeBlanc. I mean, if LeBlanc is rolling in this game, I mean, she could go to a point where she just one shots Anivia, Sivir, Vel'Koz, and then Kench has really no support. But that's gonna take a lot of like skill and a lot of kills to get to that point as LeBlanc.
But
I
it's
think the
ve-
most shocking thing is that Nami went ignite into that bot lane because I think it's a little hard to proc ignite into both of those characters with how much range they have.
Yeah, I think Barrier might even have been better here. But
I was gonna say, yeah, Barrier might have just been the play. That or
Tough to say,
even
though.
doing something that's safer, like a TP on Ezreal while they heal on Nami. That even might have been
That's
a good
interesting. I do
possibility.
actually like that. I would actually like to see that. That's super interesting. Okay, pop into the game. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen.
So I'm very curious how early stages bot is gonna go because they might just get control instantly, and if once they get level advantage in that lane, that might be detrimental. But what I do know about Vel'Koz support is once Vel'Koz hits 6 in support, the lane is immediately very in their favor, almost always, especially when there's something like a Nami in the game.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And so we're seeing not necessarily a 5-point, kind of a 3 stack in the bush here.
That's interesting. I think they. I mean, I don't think they're anticipating an invade though, because look at Northville's comp. I don't think there's. Oh, anyway, they invade early with no hooks and a Nami support, but I think there's no real downside. Yeah, I think there's no real downside in 3 stacking this bush, so not too much is gonna happen in the early level 1.
Yeah, it just kind of looks like they're just gonna stall out the first 2 minutes here and get their leashes.
it could be possible
Yeah,
that Northville JV goes into the blue side to get a ward, but they can't really do that as they have no vision of anyone on the map.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
mid
no,
laner though.
it's actually super
That is
interesting.
a good ward on Raptors.
Yeah, I do like that
That might be a
ward.
factor.
Because that's gonna see Viego. I'm assuming Viego's gonna what is it, 5 camp or 6 camp here? But it's something interesting already is that Volibear is starting topside. Dakota will know this because of the top leash. Northville bot is gonna show up in lane immediately, and the Mundo will be late to lane, so they will know it's a top leash and therefore a top start from Volibear. But I mean, yeah, I don't know if I like this decision from Volibear. Because of he is gonna lose. I think because of his matchup, probably gonna lose bot power early. So him pathing down to bot scuttle could be punished pretty hard here if Dakota bot pushes up and contests him on the scuttle. But I think it's also fine because he's just gonna handshake the scuttle. Viego's probably gonna get top scuttle. Volibear's gonna get boss scuttle, and the jungle's matchup's gonna go on from there.
Yeah, honestly, I'm thinking this war on Raptors might expire before Viego gets there, so that might be pretty unfortunate. We'll have to see how that goes. And honestly, bot is already on a Dakota side. They're getting cryo and they're really trying to poke.
Although
The
not as
minions
much
are
as I
looking
would
towards level
think.
2.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
was
they
thinking
hit
of
level
stuff
2 at
last
about
year.
the same time, and Northville bot lane isn't really getting poked out as much as I thought. And also the thing about the Nami is
Yeah.
even though she does get outranged by this Vel'Koz, she does have a lot of sustain on very low cooldown and very low mana. So being like sustained up in this lane, it's actually not. It's gonna be pretty easy for Northville to weather this poke.
Yeah. Well, what's very interesting is the Tom Kench and the Mundo. It seems that Tom Kench has full control of the lane right now because Mundo is losing farm and he's getting a really big wave under.
Yeah, another thing that's like, I mean, this is really bad. Not really bad for Mundo, but it's also not ideal because your jungler is also pathing down bot here. So there's really no. I mean, I think Tom Kench knows. He knows Northville jungle started top. He knows Northville jungle is probably pathing down the Volibear, and so he can just do this. He can just push up to this turret and basically have zero fear of being ganked. Yeah, look, you see his junglers on top scuttle. Yeah, and Viego gets a ward onto.
Yeah, and that's a good ward.
That's a great ward because now
they
Tom
100%
Kench.
know.
Yeah, Tom Kench is fully safe here. Tom Kench can never get ganked because they know Volibear's on bot scuttle.
That's just a free top scuttle for Viego. Though bot scuttle is also free for.
Yeah, looks like they are trained, but
Volibear.
Viego is going for a gank mid here. Looks like.
Well, Volley's going for a gank bot, maybe. Oh no, he turned around. He's looking mid. I think he was thinking about countering the Viego gank if it became a precaution.
Viego will not stop Volibear's recall.
It is
So
very
the jungle
even in the
matchup
CS
already
deployment.
Yeah, I mean all lanes are holding very even in CS.
Oh, yeah.
Gold
The
is
most
almost
shocking
exactly
thing
even.
is the trades with Anivia LeBlanc are heavily in LeBlanc's favor. She might have a solo kill coming up, but honestly, she'll probably pop passive soon.
It's very.
Once
I
that
mean,
passive's proc, they can get Volibear dives really easily.
Hopefully, is gonna go wide from Northville. That Velko's stepping up quite far.
it is very hard to solo kill Anivia early, as she does have her passive the Ag. But once both of them hit 6 and Volibear has that pressure to just R and dive Anivia, it's gonna be very hard for her to survive once.
Yeah, I'm thinking that LeBlanc
comes.
is gonna go for passive early. That way, by the time Volley can just dive with 6, it's just a free dive.
Yeah, I mean, I see Vega pathing bot here. I mean, Northville bot lane really low. Ezreal completely out of mana. Nami running low on mana. Vega could look for a dive here, but Volibear is gonna be here. Oh, nice trade coming out from the Anivia though.
Really good trade, but he did have to TP to be able to get.
Oh, the bot lane gank
Volibear
from
is
the
here.
Oh,
Volibear.
Volibear gank.
Takes the flash away from the Vel'Koz.
Oh, spell shield. That was a good spell shield on Sivir.
Vega is coming down for the counter gank. Yeah,
Sivir
Northville's
is
just gonna
really
get out here.
low though.
I think they're just going to go out all just unscathed.
Yeah, both of
Oh, but I
Vel'Koz's
mean,
thumbs
Northville
really-
is deciding to push this wave.
I
It's
am
gonna be
shocked.
detrimental, although the Dakota bot does decide to back. I think if Dakota bot stayed, if Vigo came, that just might be a triple kill, but
I'm more shocked that currently the Sivir Vel'Koz is not getting cryo in this lane. They're losing in farm, and they're actually getting pressured out even before that volley gank, and that just made it even worse because now Vel'Koz has no sums.
It's very unfortunate because they tried to push the wave, but they just basically gave a free frozen lane for the enemy team. However, it is Vel'Koz Sivir, so I think they believe that they're just going to push it out in the end anyways, as they're trying to poke.
a little bit of a standoff between the two junglers here. I don't know if either. Okay, they do know. Vigo is coming in for the counter gank.
Oh, and maybe at first
Vigo is gonna
rotation,
force the Volibear flash.
and Volley's
Does
out.
live.
Mid had immediate first rotation there.
That's a really good
And-
that was a really good read from Viego, though, knowing Volibear is coming up, knowing he's probably gonna gank mid and sitting in the bush waiting for him. I really like that.
Yeah. Especially the part where LeBlanc has no mana, so they might have known that she just couldn't follow up there.
Oh, the wall barely out of position. I think if that
Wow.
wall,
Shocking passive. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, yeah. And
I think if
it's
that
still
wall was
flash,
slightly
too.
more down, I think that's just a solo kill.
Anivia
Or
using
at least
her.
forces a flash.
Yep, Anivia using her TP advantage with the mana advantage, with also the item advantage, just trading
Yeah,
out the LeBlanc so hard.
It's very dangerous right now that LeBlanc has Ignite, but is really unable to get any value out of it currently.
Yeah, I mean the gold is they're Dakota about 400 gold ahead. I think they do have like the CS mostly even. The gold looks like. I mean,
Oh yeah, it
Looks like
might
the jungle's about 100
just
gold
be the
ahead.
difference in bot.
Well, I don't know
Oh,
how
yeah,
there's
slight
a how.
difference.
Oh, I think the Dakota side of the bot lane has gotten a bit more cannons than the Northville side, which is causing about the 100 gold difference in the bot lane, although they have very even in CS.
Very possible.
yeah, I mean this gold difference is basically negligible at this point, and even this with this big wave crashing on Northville's bot, like they're gonna be able to pick up a lot of gold here. I mean this game is already very even.
Yeah, I find it very interesting how top so far is completely even in CS.
Wow, looking
Oh,
for that solo kill onto the
Huge
Anivia popping
combo.
the egg.
Beautiful
Without
play.
passive, Anivia extremely
Oh, in the
diveable.
bot lane,
now.
Anivia
is
very
gonna push
low.
out
Very big. Oh,
Ezreal's
the
gonna just
spell
E
kill.
away. That's not too bad. Nami healing him up. I think they will be able to catch this wave. That's actually
Yeah,
not too
their
bad for
sustain
Northville.
is pretty strong. They should be pretty good for this wave.
Was Anivia passive popped there?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, so they just popped
Okay.
Anivia passive, and now I think once Volibear hits 6, it's going to be very dangerous for her to survive. As
Oh,
I
I
think
100% agree.
they're just going to be looking for, keep on diving the mid lane, as it's going to be very hard to gank top lane as it's a Kench.
They have like minimum 3 minutes to abuse this Anivia as much as possible. So let's
I'm
see
really
if
curious
they
to
can
see if
pull it off.
Volibear is gonna path mid, look for a dive with his ult. This is gonna be a key
Yeah.
point. If he does, that could really snowball this game.
That
See how
would
it
be
goes.
huge for LeBlanc, because LeBlanc definitely needs to do everything she can in this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I find it interesting how top so far, even CS, and they're just playing it out tank lane with grass. Both of them. So
Yeah.
neither of them have backed even. They're completely fresh.
Although I do think I prefer Dakota in this even scaling top lane.
Very
With the
possible,
catch.
yeah.
It's very hard
you
for
think-
Mundo to do much into the team, as I think he's going to just get poked out
Yeah.
too hard before he can even step into
Yeah,
the
I
enemy
think
team.
Mundo
Dakota
is
is
a
the
good
Drake.
champion.
Block
though.
does have first roam
see.
here. This will be a 3v4 if Northville can get the block to roam, but maybe a trading onto the block here. The team behind is coming out from the
It just
Mundo.
seems that drag is gone.
Wow,
Yeah, I think Northville gonna
Dakota
get.
takes the dragon, but first
Immediately,
blood onto the
Vel'Koz done
Ezreal.
first blood. Viego is in the middle of 4 people right now.
He
Diego
gets the
getting
ult,
the
but he
kill,
doesn't
he
get
got well, two Nami, but it was
Well,
definitely
like
a kill.
winning this fight with the first rotation from
Wow.
LeBlanc.
Oh wait, Anivia, no passive. She can't do that. Yeah.
She's getting run down by Mundo.
Being
Oh,
saved by the
Tonken's gain
by
the
the
save.
Tonkin
Flash
W.
forward for the
Oh,
Blanc.
the flash forward,
dead.
the flash forward for LeBlanc. Oh,
Oh,
this
the
is huge for
chain
Northville
was not
side.
to watch, but she got it.
I mean, this is just great for Northville. Like,
That's
they
insane.
lose the Drake. I mean, maybe they could have rotated a little bit earlier and got the Drake, but man, that was a beautiful fight. LeBlanc is so
2-0
accelerated now. 2-0
wow.
LeBlanc.
That's gonna be
exactly
huge.
what Northville needed to win this
Especially
game.
into this matchup, this might be the turning point for LeBlanc if she can turn this into some solo kills. Passive still not up for Anivia too. What's shocking to me is Anivia is going Giant's Belt now.
It's very interesting. What
Yeah,
does that even build
what is
into
that?
for Anivia?
Very curious what the Giant's Belt is for. Maybe it's just sustain. I can't.
But that's
I
such
can't
an
really
expensive
tell.
item to just buy for the only reason of sustain.
Yeah. And also
Yeah,
delaying
that's
your mythic,
shocking.
especially on Anivia, is really interesting. I'd love to hear the justification for the Giant's Belt.
Yeah, especially for a champ that usually goes to the Andrews. That's surprising.
Is she
And
going
also
like
another thing I'd like to
Leandre's?
note on.
Not Leandre, sorry, Rylai's maybe?
Oh,
Maybe.
true. Russian Lyar. Oh, would Rylai be good into LeBlanc though as an assassin?
I don't think it's good to LeBlanc, but I
Very
think it's good to the rest
interesting.
of Northville.
That's possibly very true. Yeah, it might be a little hard on Mundo too though with the spell shield and all.
Another
However,
thing is
The
that
passive.
another thing I was gonna call attention to is looks like the Sivir is going Dark Harvest, is going Tear, is going Lethality. So she will be going Lethality Sivir. I don't know if I love 100% because looking at Northville, I mean they're gonna have a lot of armor. Volibear, Mundo, and Ezreal building Frozen Heart. I don't think Lethality is the best choice here, but I do understand why it's being picked up by the side of Dakota.
I think they believe that if they don't go with Lethality Sivir and go on it Sivir, then there's a very high chance that LeBlanc can just run up and kill her immediately, as Sivir's attack range is so low for an ADC.
Yeah. I don't think Lethality Sivir is ideal here, but I can definitely understand why they would pick it in this comp. Because yeah, Lethality Sivir way more range than on his Sivir with that Q.
Northville JV bot lane still playing out that lane very well. Oh wow, Anivia.
Q misses from Anivia.
Is she dead? No
I
way.
don't think
Oh.
the solo kill will come through.
One more auto might have done it though, and Anivia's still no passive, so that was extremely close.
Yeah, I mean,
However,
very well played by LeBlanc here.
Looking across the map, Dakota is still very ahead in farm in most of their lanes, and which is causing the gold difference to only come up to about 200, although Northville has a 3-kill lead.
Yeah, no, Dakota also getting the Drake. I'm really curious to see what the soul is gonna be. I think if it's an Ocean Soul, and if Dakota gets it, it's gonna be so difficult for Northville to do any kind of damage to this team. But if it is something like the Cloud, I mean, on these champs, maybe besides Viego, the Cloud Soul is not very useful. So
Oh wow, the
Let's see.
Sivir is very low after that Ezreal. This lane might be turned into a kill lane.
Volibear
soon.
is top lane. They might look for a dive into Kench, but he's just gonna W out. Mundo with no CC to stop that.
It's very hard to dive Kench too, and even if Kench doesn't have a lot of HP, he could just tank so much with his just his passive MR and armor, and with his E.
And is the Anivia egg back up?
I think it is at this point, yeah.
You want to just pan the camera mid for
We'll
just 1
see.
second? It looks
Oh,
okay. It looks like it is
yeah,
back up.
definitely.
Yeah, egg is up.
Okay, so it looks like the window for Volibear dive mid is pretty much gone. Viego is looking for a gank onto LeBlanc. Although gank LeBlanc is super difficult with the
Oh,
W.
he got the stun, but she's just out. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not much.
Nope. I think it was just a gank to just show that I'm here, so don't try to do anything to my mid lane.
Yeah, I agree.
I will say this LeBlanc matchup is very polarizing for Anivia from what it seems to be so far. I can't imagine what Anivia could have been doing at this point. At least on the bright side, Anivia's keeping up in farm. That is extremely good for Dakota into a matchup where LeBlanc is already 2-0, and honestly, there's not much she can do without passive. She's basically defenseless.
What's so surprising here that although Northville is 4-1 in the kill score, now Dakota is ahead about 300-400 gold.
I would almost
overall.
say it's probably because every single lane, including jungle, is around 10 to 20 CS ahead.
But this does show the importance of CS and just in lane and just everywhere. But it's gonna be very hard for Northville
Oh,
to take
Sir is
ganking
just
from
gone. Wow. Oh wait, Nami bubble. No,
The Volibear.
No, the Tsunami did hit though. So
I mean, great execution on that gank.
Yup.
They're keeping the game immediately even.
And yeah, Northville will pick up second Drake. And yeah, I mean, also, yeah, it is going to be I didn't realize it is gonna be Cloud Drake second, so the Soul will be Mountain or Ocean here. Both
Yeah,
are
Northville's
both are
picking up
great
a-
souls.
Yeah, Northville's with that can officially get the gold lead for probably the first time in this game since that one team fight.
Well,
And
what's
now
even more
Israel's
surprising
2-0 as well.
even with this polarizing just kill score 5-1, the scoreboard shows the gold like maybe even just 100 gold behind for Dakota, which is not terrible at all.
I mean, 100 gold is like just negligible. I mean, this is the farm though. Dakota's winning, like 10 to 30 farm in every single lane.
Wow, this
LeBlanc is
might
pretty huge with
be a
Nivea. Nivea does have
passive.
passive though.
Oh wait, LeBlanc could die
Maybe
here
we'll
though.
turn this. She does
Oh,
go back
got
in, but
passive.
Flash
we'll have
Flashing
to
from the
flash away
cannon.
from the cannon minion.
Wow, the cannon almost being the deciding factor there. LeBlanc getting out and also getting the cannon.
But I do think, even though LeBlanc does trade the flash, I mean, getting the Anivia egg as LeBlanc
Huge.
and living is super huge.
Oh yeah, now Volley who has ult. He's enabled anytime needed to dive mid.
Yeah, but even just the 2-0, LeBlanc has a bunch of kill pressure onto this Anivia with no egg.
Very surprised that Northville bot is behind in levels. Actually, maybe it's just the crashing wave, but from the looks of it, they've almost been down XP in majority of this laning phase.
Gank will come out
ulti
bot lane.
from
Nami
it.
also come
Oh
out.
wow!
From the-
They-
wow,
he's
that Nami.
gone.
They will
That's
give the
the-
kill to
Volley's still
Ezreal.
going.
That CC chain from the Nami has just stopped the Velcros in his tracks and is able to pick up the kill.
I mean,
Yeah,
not going on the
3-0
silver with this Belgian is
Ezreal,
also
wow.
really smart.
This Ezreal's really strong now. Oh, Viego's on the way. I think LeBlanc's on. She's backing off.
Viego looking out for his mid laner, knowing that her
I
egg.
mean,
We're
yeah,
at the
6 to
bot?
1, and Herald will be dropped bot side. It will be after plates, but
Yeah, 15 minutes in, unfortunately.
we'll be able to pick up bots right here.
Half 1,000 gold lead for
I think they
Northville
will.
now.
And this is first turn going up to Northville. This is super big. A lot of gold
Oh
into Ezreal.
wow! Almost
the
1,000 gold, and LeBlanc has a chain on Anivia. That could be huge.
Trading mid lane. However, Anivia is
Mundo
a
is
level
here.
ahead. This is very scary.
Mundo does show up. The TP does
The
come out. But I
TP.
think
Wow, the
TP
TP's
coming in
coming
from
out.
Tom Kench, flashing out from the Mundo.
Mundo completely safe, but unfortunately, nothing was gotten out of that roam.
I mean, that TP was... I mean, I don't know if that was totally necessary.
Honestly,
Dakota.
it is kind of worth for Northville due to the fact that now Mundo just has TP advantage.
I
Well,
think
he's kind of traded with the Anivia.
honestly, I think
He just
that
got it
the
back.
Giants Phillips was now looking at it was such a genius item to buy, as she knows she's going to be going something related to Giants, but I assume which is going to be Leandri's, not Leandri's, sorry,
Right.
Rylai's.
Yeah.
And by going Giants Phillips first, it greatly reduces the kill potential of LeBlanc in lane just by building
honestly,
straight health.
That is really
Really?
true. I mean, the amount of
Yeah.
times LeBlanc got Nivea very low but wasn't able to finish her off. Like,
That was
maybe the
almost
Giants
2
will concern this
times.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 times almost dying, and now has 40 CS lead in a losing matchup. That's
Oh,
pretty
but,
wild.
oh my god, the damage coming out.
Hey, oh,
Munoz
that
will
is-
not be stepping out that
that's
far into
wild.
a Fed LeBlanc.
A lot of damage.
LeBlanc, I
from
think
the
one more
LeBlanc.
auto could have just ignited him and he could have died. That was really close. LeBlanc trying to do the same now to Sivir. Diego's
Whoa.
there to...
Back
bat
and
it
forth
off.
of the LeBlanc.
I feel like we're gonna see this a lot of LeBlanc this game.
But Northville is just getting, like Dakota might even just pick up top right here. Northville sacking double or even maybe triple stacked wave top lane. It's a lot of
Mundo's
gold
still
lost.
having TP though. He could. No, he's not gonna TP or anything. He's just gonna
Although
walk.
Kench does greed here. Volibear can come around and look for a gank. So we're gonna see.
Honestly, on the side of Northville, it may have been a little bit greedy to take that bot turret, as because bot turret's down, it's very scary for Northville to walk up and push that lane. As mid
Yeah.
turret's still
Oh,
up.
wait,
and
Nami coming out. Really big engage. Nothing. This
Diego's
is,
having to flash
is
away.
just going into yeah, just going back to neutral.
Yep, Dakota getting out of that situation very easily.
Yeah, but it looks like LeBlanc will roam down to match the Anivia. But yeah, like you said, getting that bot turret early, I mean, Anivia's gonna be able to freeze that wave under her tier 2, but looks like Northville's gonna just start up the Herald.
Oh, the shredding it. It's almost gone.
Anivia does have TP advantage against LeBlanc, but I don't think she's even gonna need to
It's
do it.
already gone. That's
Wow.
insane.
Herald's
What,
not
and
picked
wow,
up,
what
but
happened to
Such a
LeBlanc in the
strong
bot
trade.
lane?
Blanc was heavily traded onto by Anivia. I think maybe Dakota could have maybe had Anivia back off and TP and maybe contest that, but I don't know. I mean, second Herald is not too valuable, so maybe Dakota just sack that turret to get some pressure on bot lane.
And I want you to look. I want you to look at this. If you look at the gold difference, it's 6 to 1, and they just got Herald, and yet Northville is only up like not even 100 gold, and which is so
It's
surprising.
dead even. I mean, it's fluctuating. I think they're
Yeah.
basically
With a
10
20
even gold.
CS lead in top and 40 CS lead in almost
I mean,
everything
yeah,
else.
this is just
yeah.
showing the importance of CS. Like, Northville up 6-1, up 2 Heralds, but I mean, Dakota is holding exactly even in gold because of their farm leads in mid and top, or mid top and bot.
Northville is
It
even
seems
up
that
in
Northville's
the
forcing
tower.
plays and Dakota's just kind of fine farming this out, and
Yeah,
maybe
Northville
I
even
think
got
they'll pick it up
first
at late
turret
game.
gold. And
Oh, yeah.
Dakota's still even in farm, or not farm, sorry, even in gold.
If you see
This
the
means
level,
that Dakota might very easily be able to just get to late game without being too far behind at all, and then Northville is just continuing to force plays and see if they can get a lead.
Dakota
I'm
looking
curious
to
to see
start
if
drag
Mundo
here.
will TP on this, or if they will just give it.
If Mundo's not
Mundo-
TPing yet, it might just be too late even if he does at this point. And Nivea's just gonna.
Oh, Mundo's
go
just looking
Blizzard
for a
in the middle.
TP, and Mundo
Oh,
TPing
he's
him
TPing
really,
mid.
It's a
really
little bit
late.
too late.
Very not. It's just not even close to them either. It's very late.
I believe that if they was going to do that, it would have just been better to save the TP for later.
Yeah, I feel like just shoving on
Yeah, I
top
think-
is the play there.
Yeah, I think if you just take top turret, it's fine if you're gonna give. I think a little bit of miscommunication maybe coming out from Northville.
Yep.
Not really knowing if they want to fight the Drake, but they will just drop the Herald mid.
I think what
think we'll
happened
get
in
the
this
turret,
situation was
Honestly, that
Mundo was
doesn't look
looking
like it's
for
gonna
a
be a
ward.
turret.
Yep.
Oh, it might die.
Wow.
Yeah, it's dead.
Dakota just killing
They
the
just
Herald
gave
before it
away
can
a
even-
free CS basically.
A little bit of a disaster from Northville. Not knowing whether to TPing late last second, and kind of panic dropping the Herald and not really getting much.
Yeah, honestly, I think the best play was just sack drag Herald top. That could have been the best play they could
Oh,
have been
absolutely,
doing
I
here.
think. A little bit of an error, but Mundo's top lane, and Nivea is gonna push out bot lane. I'm assuming LeBlanc's gonna walk down here, go catch bot lane. Yeah,
And
but
letting
it
them
looks like
kill
she
that
has-
Herald, it seems they let Dakota have even more of a CS lead.
Yeah. Still dead even though this game is incredibly close.
Oh, maybe we'll see a fight up here. Or definitely not, it seems.
Nivea might be in some trouble here. LeBlanc does miss the chain though.
And maybe thankfully has passive, so she should be fine. But it definitely
Oliver
looks
is
like
coming down
LeBlanc
though. If Nivea
possible.
stays. Oh, I think Nivea's
Oh,
in
this
some
is
big trouble
it.
here.
Yeah, blizzarding in the bush.
Wow, really smartly
Oh, this
putting
guy
down the
goes down.
R.
That's wild.
I think Nivea will fall here though.
Yeah, Nivea
Oliver
definitely
doesn't-
dies, but that's probably the best thing Nivea could do there. Maybe not flashing, but like that is definitely the best thing possible.
Oh, maybe she
Nivea
could get
doesn't
out
die.
Just come
as
out,
the
though.
slows.
Missing the E on Volley Bear, that
Wow.
that's it. Yeah, he
Then
can't.
Nivea's
He's
just
done.
out. Maybe even a kill.
A kill.
Oh.
Oh, a
I think that-
little bit greedy from the
Oh,
Nivea.
the
there,
Nivea
maybe.
greeted. He just have to walk up, and it was so close.
I
I
think
don't
he
think
did.
Nivea any ever kills this though. Yeah. Wow. I mean, yeah, the Nivea going back in for the kill. Maybe a little bit greedy, but I do like respect the effort. But Volibear missing the E really detrimental there. But I mean, it doesn't really come out to much considering he still gets the kill.
Yeah, 1 for 1.
Ken's
The-
just gonna
Oh,
all
Tom
Mundo
Kench
Kench
might
might
play.
get this kill.
Mundo
Well,
doesn't
Mundo-
R here though. I think he might just pop RB.
Mundo, yeah, he might just R and could actually probably win it. There's potential there, but they both have R. It just looks like they're just gonna do what they have been doing and just go back to farming as tanks.
Just slapping each other as tanks.
Just procking grass all game.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I mean, I do. Like, what do you guys think? Like, who do you think's gonna be more useful in this game, the Mundo or the Kench?
I'm gonna be a little honest. I think Kench is inherently useful because North doesn't have the best way to damage it. But objectively, I think neither really have that much value. I think they're just sitting frontline.
Well,
Though
honestly,
Kench has more potential with CC and the fact that Northville did not draft any damage.
if
that
you
I think will hit him, but it honestly is probably neither of their comps like main win conditions.
But if you think about it, if you look at both teams, Northville really doesn't have a way to damage the Kench, but for Northville side's Mundo, Nivea does have that Leandries, which is very detrimental for tanks. So it may be hard for Mundo to step up as he's just getting poked out by Nivea and Vel'Koz, which also does just true damage.
It's true. I mean, Nivea with Leandro's gonna be able to burn down this Mundo late game.
Yeah, the top tower may be falling here. Maybe Mundo will fall.
He does still have R, and he does still have Flash, so I
With
mean,
Viego
Viego
coming
is
top
looking-
though, yeah,
Viego
this
is
could be a
posturing.
dive.
I don't know if it's gonna be a dive, but I think Viego's just gonna help ship out this lane, and yeah,
Oh, Mundo's
back
giving
off.
it, yeah.
He knows he's in danger with the low HP. I think he's just gonna give the turret.
I don't think he wants to risk the potential of a dive or just honestly a kill after they kill turret.
I do like that decision though. I mean, like risking your life for that turret it's not, you know, the
Not
biggest deal in
worth,
the world.
yeah. Especially 20 minutes into the game, it'll just go into pushing into Northville anyways. They might want the income.
No, I definitely agree. I mean, the next big objective though is probably going to be this Drake. I don't see either team taking Baron anytime soon. Neither of them have high damage ADCs. Northville with Ezreal and Dakota with Lethality Sivir. Neither of these teams can really burn down Baron. Yeah, and then the pings for Drake are coming out from both teams, so it looks like the next big fight will be on Drake.
And also, that Giants build from Anivia building into Demonic Embrace. I actually completely forgot that Demonic Embrace had Giants build in it, which is actually kind of smart.
Oh yeah.
I do like that though. I mean, a lot of tanks from Northville with the Mundo, Volibear, and the slightly more tanky Ezreal. I do like the Demonic Embrace burning down those tanks.
Viego might be caught out here. Oh, the chain missing. Unfortunate. That could have been a very big thing for Northville.
Oh, now it's...
Wow,
Double
one
knocking
shot,
instantly
Violet.
disappeared. Anivia also
Reengage.
instantly disappeared.
Wow, that
Sivir is gone.
the
This
Ezreal R
LeBlanc.
and that LeBlanc engage.
This LeBlanc is deleting people. She might just get Viego here too. Last coning over. I can
Let's
see
see
the
LeBlanc and
Vel'Koz
clean up
dying.
his Vel'Koz. LeBlanc,
The
the
Vel'Koz
King
is
is
gone.
Wow!
Oh, the kill coming out from LeBlanc.
His ult's just not soon enough. He didn't get exhaust off either. Tom Kent is 100% dead here.
It's just a win. It's just a clean
Wow.
win from Northville.
That's
Wow.
a big ace.
Loading
That
up the
could be a
Sivir,
turning
blowing up the
point.
Vel'Koz.
Very
Big
clean
turning
ace.
point for Northville, and they deny soul point for Dakota. That's wild.
It's
I
very
mean, well
surprising.
played from Northville. I mean, the Nami did get caught out there a little bit by the Anivia wall, but I mean, great look from the Volibear being able to instantly re-engage to Anivia with no egg, and Anivia not even getting a chance to flash. Anivia with flash still up, just gets instant deleted by the LeBlanc and the Volibear.
And Dakota instantly targeted Nami and put their focus on her, but once she got her double ult off, I think she did her job. I think when the second she died, they were able to just re-engage, and it ended up being really good. And I think LeBlanc played that fight very well.
LeBlanc is just snowballed out of control here. 5-1, 160 CS. I mean, 2 items plus boots, 6-stack Darksail. I mean, in that fight, LeBlanc essentially 1v3'd.
Mundo might be gone here.
Flashing
No, the ult
away,
is
Mundo may be
potential, yeah.
alive due to his passive. Oh no, but Anivia flashing
No.
for the confirmed
The
kill.
stun
onto
is just
Mundo.
it's too reliable.
Although I don't know if I like that too much, unless they're gonna take Baron here. I don't know if Anivia trading her flash for a kill is actually worth it. 'Cause Anivia
Especially
flash is
without
super high value.
passive. Yeah.
Yeah,
No
I mean,
passive, no
with-
flash.
Because the Volibear has ult, I mean, Volibear's gonna be able to ult Q on Anivia, and without flash, she is super vulnerable, especially to the LeBlanc.
And that's also just to the Mundo, which is just a tank for Northville side, so they're not really too sad about losing Mundo like that.
Oh, Ezra might die here.
I don't think Ezreal's E. Okay, no, he does, so he will be fine. But I mean, yeah, I think that fight was just beautifully played by LeBlanc. I think LeBlanc really determined that fight, just exploding the bot lane for Dakota. I mean, just one-shotting the Sivir and then one-shotting the Vel'Koz. It's just really influential here.
What I think is very big is that LeBlanc is what Northville exactly what they need to be fed, and Volley being fed just means that team fights have a lot more value because of his ult and the fact that he's very large now with that ult.
And
But the hardest part is to believe that Dakota still has gold lead even after that fight.
yeah, that's also what I was gonna say. After that huge ace onto the Northville side, Dakota is still up about 700 gold, which is super surprising. As
Yeah, they just been getting turrets
yeah.
all game and a lot of
But
farm.
I think it's mostly for
and
the
macro.
farm lead mid. I mean, that's like a 60, 70 gold, or 60, 70 CS farm lead mid. Yeah, and
Oh.
mid is up almost 1,300 gold, which is effectively the gold advantage.
And now they're 1k ahead, a little less because of the turret, but before that turret it was about 1,000 gold.
I mean, it's still a super close game. I think it's all gonna come down to whether LeBlanc can kill this Anivia, kill this Sivir, kill this Vel'Koz fast enough.
Yeah, what's even more insane is the LeBlanc is so huge, but Anivia has about I would say 1k above LeBlanc, just off the fact that she is 60 farm above her.
Yeah, I think the nature of LeBlanc as a champion though, super dangerous towards Dakota's side, because if they can lock down and kill this LeBlanc, there's essentially no pressure onto the backline of Dakota, and they can just handily win a team fight. But yeah, if LeBlanc does get into the backline of Dakota and starts doing her thing, getting some one shots, it's gonna be super hard for Dakota to win this.
Especially just for the Anivia in general, that is very hard for Anivia to do anything in LeBlanc without egg. Unless she doesn't have flash, they have another 2 minutes around just to see if they could maybe play a Baron or just get a pick on Anivia with a LeBlanc.
Yeah, and I was like, we were talking about in Champ Select and like right before the game how Kench is going to be huge and no one on Northville could really damage the Kench. And that's still true, but at this point it doesn't really matter. If LeBlanc can kill the 3 squishies on Dakota, it doesn't really matter that Kench lived. You saw in the last fight. Oh, the Chan does live.
Wow! LeBlanc so much damage onto
disgusting. Volley going for the dive on Shiver too. A little too deep though, perhaps. Yeah. Oh,
Look at the
living to
flash
the
out
heal.
Ezra's heal coming out for the volley bear, saving him up.
Yeah, and Northville getting gold lead off that. Wow.
Wow, I mean, that is what needs to happen for Northville. That's how Northville wins this game. That LeBlanc just exploding the Vel'Koz support on the side of Dakota.
And almost getting a very successful dive on Shiver,
LeBlanc has
but
vision here,
a
though.
little short.
And as you were saying before, we were scared of the Kench, as really no one on Northville can kill the Kench, but really, they don't really need to kill the Kench first if LeBlanc can go to the back line.
Unfortunate. Honestly, if they just wipe everyone, Tom Kench can't do what he needs to do.
I mean, that's exactly what happened in the last fight Northville won. They killed everyone besides Kench, and Kench was just... he wasn't really dying, but he wasn't doing anything. He was kind of just sitting there, and he was running away, and he did end up falling eventually, but yeah, they're not going to... looks like they're not going to need to kill the Kench.
Yeah, and it seems that Kench going Anathema's chained, they probably won't kill him anytime soon. But I mean, honestly, they might never need to.
I agree. And even the Volibear being 3-0 and 8, super good. That's really nice for Northville. Providing like a front line so LeBlanc can get in, and like providing the CC lockdown for these squishies so LeBlanc can get in and one-shot them.
Yep, and the dragon arriving in about 20 seconds.
Oh wow, he just blasted
taking the blast one over.
Yo,
He's just going in.
Very excited to just go in there. Wow. The engage with the Nami Tsunami though.
A couple ults will be traded. 2 ults out from Northville, no ults out from Dakota. That's a good trade for Dakota.
That might be very bad for Northville, because now Mundo could just be shredded.
Wow, ult coming up from the volley bear.
Flash away.
Volley bear with the great Zanyas. LeBlanc in the back line.
Really deep, very deep.
Oh,
They can't get any push off. It looks like Dakota's win.
Oh wow, they're just front to backing Tom Kench and Nivea in the back.
I mean, beautifully played from Dakota. I mean,
wow, ulti coming out from the Ezreal to kill the
That
Vel'Koz.
is disgusting. Oh, they got some more out of it than honestly I was thinking they would get.
Yup.
Northville is
think
really
this is
not
the-
falling that far behind. Soul Point's really detrimental, but with the kills, they
Wow, so much
pretty
damage
good.
coming out from the Lethality Sever onto that. Wow, LeBlanc failing her W! Getting shut down by the Anivia.
Wow.
wow. A little bit of an overstay here maybe from Northville JV.
Oh. And Viego.
I mean,
picking
I
up the
think
kill.
that was just like the nature, like, I think the reason Dakota wins that fight is because LeBlanc can't get access to the backline. I mean, Volibear did the right thing. He ulted onto the Anivia. Anivia just insta-flashed away, Liv, even saving her passive, and the LeBlanc not being able to get onto the backline. And then Northville and sacking the Drake, and then I think just overstaying a little bit too much. And Dakota does get is able to get some back-end kills. And I think especially picking up that Drake and with this Baron now, this Baron's going to convert into pressure. They can maybe even get a couple inhibs. And if they get Ocean, or if they get Mountain Drake, I really don't see a way Northville wins this game. Because
Yeah,
that
that
means a
3K
shield goes
is
onto
a lot, too.
a shield goes onto Vel'Koz, a shield goes onto what is it, Sivir and Anivia, and it just makes it so much harder for this LeBlanc to one-shot these players.
And do
Yeah,
that.
I think Soul Point is really hard for Northville because they're gonna have to fight the 4th drag, or it could just be the end of the game. But the issue is now that they're 3k behind, they might not win fights if they can't get to the back line with Anivia. Because honestly, the front with Tom Kench looks really difficult.
Yep, and because Anivia has Egg, even if LeBlanc tries to go into the back line to try to kill the Anivia, which is basically a lot of their damage, Anivia just pops Egg, and all the team members of Dakota can just pounce onto the LeBlanc when LeBlanc is just dead.
Oh, yeah, and honestly, I think the only way Northville can deal with this Baron is just trying to farm waves, but they have so little wave clear with the champions they have. Very little AoE wave clear other than maybe just Ezar.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. I just realized, like, look at the side of Northville. I mean, Ezreal, LeBlanc, Mundo, they have no wave clear. They cannot contest these supers.
Yeah, Baron is honestly
Super cannons.
so detrimental, and Ezreal will gain a little chunk
And due to the Anivia ulti with that blue, it's so hard for Northville to step up even a little bit to damage those minions.
Yeah, and I think even the worst part about all this is I think Northville's gain outscaled throughout the rest of this game. I think from here, they won't scale much more other than possibly LeBlanc. And
Tom Kench just
she can't
taking all the
damage
damage.
everyone. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, this is great from Dakota, just using their range advantage, poking Northville out, just using these triple Baron's cannons to just siege down this inhibitor.
That is disgusting having 3 of
Wow,
those.
Volibear coming in from the back, filling the
With
milk
the
box.
flank. Amazing flank.
It's all gonna be on the block here. Can the block get onto the carries of Dakota?
Oh, she's on Sivert.
Wow,
Oh,
Sivert gets the
no.
kill onto the LeBlanc. Oh,
Sivert
Block
played
is
that
down.
very
Block
looks
well.
like it's gonna be over now.
No, the Nami is just low. The Mundo's separated. He's alone. He's dead. That
And the- I
might
mean, just
just be
very,
the
like-
game.
Anivia just well played, just staying out of the fight, away from the threats, just and Dakota just will looks like they will just end here, take the game with the Baron. That looks like it will be game 1 going over to Dakota. I mean, well played throughout the entire game, down kills, but just keeping a strong mental, staying up in farm, and just never really dropping behind in gold, and kind of just draft. It just the comp from Dakota just outscaling the comp from Northville, and yeah, GG's.
Using their macro differences, they were able to just overcome that kill disadvantage that they had early on in the game. And even now, at the end of the game, they're still behind in kills, but are so much ahead in gold due to their towers and their CS skills.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
even
they
these
just
like-
played it slow and they played it well and they got exactly what they needed to finish out that game.
I mean, the main goal difference in this game was the Anivia, just 90 farm up by the end of the game, just so much gold ahead of this LeBlanc, who is the main carry for Northville. And yeah, the Anivia, most damage in the game, I'm assuming most gold in the game. I mean, very well played.
I have invaded. The Nivian nation has invaded. Hello guys, if you guys don't know me, I'm Henry. I am your, I guess it looks like I'm an Nivea player.
This is Dakota's this was Dakota's mid laner from last game playing Anivia.
So welcome, Henry.
Is there anything you want to say about the performance of the game?
Just chilling, just farming, bro.
I mean, okay, that's true. Yeah,
you never really
definitely.
drop behind in gold.
Yeah, you definitely were farming. I'll tell you that much. 90 farm ahead of the LeBlanc by the end. That was, I think, the way that you guys stayed in that game was just farm, and that stands for like I think your entire team. It seems.
Okay, well, I'm
going
gonna get some water and go to the bathroom as we prep for game 2.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later.
I'll be right back.
Also, take a little break as we segue to the second game.
You could think that I'm a freak when I'm talking to myself, but it's like I was too weak to be someone else. You could think that I'm a creep when I'm singing alone, but it's like I couldn't see straight on my own. When I fall, we start again, and when I feel like I'm just dead, and when I call, it comes again, and now I see it's in my head. Yeah, there's something that saves me all the time in my head. Yeah, it surfaces when I'm breaking down, like a whisper in my head, coming from out of nowhere, like a whisper in my head, when I've got something to share, like a whisper in my head, when I'm unable to speak, coming from somebody else. Now know it is just stronger than myself. That's the way I have to live. Now they fall down every night. In the end, I'm not alone, and that's my life. When I fall, it start again. And when I feel like I'm just dead, and when I call, it comes again. And now I see it's in my head. something that saves me all the time. In my say, yeah. It surfaces when I'm breaking down, like a whisper in my head, coming from out of nowhere, like a whisper in my head, when I got something to share. They think that I'm a freak when I'm talking to myself, but it's like I was too weak to be someone else. You could think that I'm a creep when I'm singing all alone, but it's like I couldn't see straight on my own. Hey, yeah, there's something that saves me all the time. In my say, yeah, it surfaces when I'm breaking down, like a whisper in my head, coming from out of nowhere, like a whisper in my head, when I got something to share.
The night beckons while you dream. A life never lives in peace. As you stand upon the edge, woven by a single thread, and fate
understand where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip as pulled you into me. When I let you go, it just pulled you closer. It's a long departure. It's a long departure. Before I see you again, before it all makes sense, but I can't hold you back. And I still don't understand where it came from, but you're back in with the passion. I'm awake with the flame in a hailstorm. I'm back in, I gotta have it. Everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip as pulled you into me. When I let you go, it just pulled you closer. It's a long departure.
And we're back, game 2.
Yep,
We
game 2 of the series
finally seen
between.
the comps are opening up. Fortunately, did not get to stream the draft live, but we do get to see what they drafted. That's interesting on both sides. That's not what I would have expected. I guess just to start with the jungle matchup, we can look at Lilia and Nunu, both very fast, very impactful jungles. But honestly, Dakota with the Lilia, that might be one of the stronger picks. Lilia is really good right now. And honestly, that character really might screw over that Volibear pick with the whole teamfight engage. He could just sleep it.
Yep, and if you look at the bottom side
I mean,
of the lane.
I think the Lilia pick on this patch, especially, is super strong and also very fast clear. But looking on Northville's side, I do think they do have the tools to deal with this Lilia. They have the Ashar, they have the Nunu Snowball, they have Leona, and they have Volibear Q. They have the tools they need to lock down this Lilia. So I do think they can deal with it.
I just realized the most concerning thing for their draft, they drafted 5 squishies into that LeBlanc. And if that LeBlanc is equally as fed as last game, honestly, just without the Tom Kench now, that might be really bad for Dakota.
And I think Ziggs into LeBlanc is even... Sorry, I cut you off, but I think Ziggs into LeBlanc, yeah, that's even more dangerous for Ziggs than he's even for Anivia. Like, this LeBlanc can really pressure the Ziggs early game.
I think LeBlanc's going to run over the Ziggs, like, all laning phase the second she hits 3, maybe even 2 if she goes chain second. We'll have to see. That could be very hard lane for Ziggs.
Yep, and now looking at the bot lane matchup, picking the Morgana into the Leona Ashe was very smart, as Leona really can't engage onto Morgana if Morgana has that reaction
2 spell
time.
shields.
Yep,
Yeah,
and the
double
Sivir
spells
too.
are coming out from bot lane.
Yeah, dude, this gonna be really hard for Ashe Leona. They're never gonna hit them with CC.
Yep.
It's super interesting. I think Leona is still fine here though. Even though Sivir and Morgana are really going to be hard to lock down, I think Leona does have enough CC potential onto the other 3 champs of Dakota. Being able to lock down this Lilia, this GP, and even the Ziggs can be super useful because, yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the side of Northville, they lock down 1 squishy, Volibear dives on, LeBlanc dives on, and yeah, that squishy just evaporates.
The only thing I might worry about, and this almost might be why I just say I think Dakota won draft here, is because Lilia Ziggs will definitely outscale almost everything on the side of Northville, with Ashe LeBlanc being their only saving graces in late game, I think. But what I will say it might come down to is the fact that bot has a really polarizing matchup. Dakota wins that really hard, and I'm looking at Gangplank into Volibear, and I'm not thinking Volibear is going to go out of that successful, despite mid being so solid for Northville with the LeBlanc into the Ziggs.
Yeah, the one thing I do want to note is that the Sivir into Leona matchup, even though Sivir can spell shield the Leona E, like the grab, or the hook, I mean, I think the Leona, it does still pull Leona to the target. It just, the Sivir spell shield, it blocks the root from Leona E, but not the pull. So I think Leona will still be able to get on top of the Sivir, but even with Morgana in this lane, yes, you're right, it's going to be so hard for Leona to engage onto this bot lane because of the Morgana and the Sivir, the double spell shield.
I'm actually kind of concerned for Nunu with the Lilia sleep being a factor. He might not be that impactful throughout the rest of the game if Lilia is always there.
It's gonna be super interesting.
I think one thing I want to see from this game is LeBlanc's impact on the game. If it's a very low chance that LeBlanc is as fed as she was last game, as you can't really get fed every single game, as it's a 5v5. It's a 5v5 game. If LeBlanc does get fed, I'm very interested how she can impact Northville JV's side to accelerate their lead into the victory.
Oh, yeah, and then what I will say is I think Nunu, maybe later in the game will not be as impactful, but these early stages of the game, this could be when Nunu shines and could control the entire game. I think that maybe not with bot because of the spell shields, but with top and mid, especially with mid being a mobile artillery mage, I think he has a lot of potential to get LeBlanc a lead so that they can try to get her as equally fed as last game, if not more.
I mean, yeah, like Nunu having a lot of gank pressure onto the mid and top of Dakota. I mean, just immobile, squishy carries really. Nunu can really lock him down and get those early ganks off to get Northville rolling.
Again, LeBlanc with that ignite. LeBlanc, again, this game with that ignite, looking for solo kills early on to the Ziggs. We'll see how this game unfolds for both teams.
And also, once again, we're seeing ignite in the support, too. Yeah, Northville looking to be very aggressive in these earlier stages.
I do like the ignite on the Leona, though. But yeah, I mean, exhaust does come down for Morgana. I actually don't... think the exhaust is fine because of the LeBlanc, but in the 2v2 isolated bot lane matchup, like I think exhaust is pretty much useless because you're never gonna be able to exhaust Ashe. But it looks like we do have an invade, and if they do catch the Sivir off guard, this could just be a kill. But I think Sivir will see it.
30 seconds.
Volver does go first.
Wow, this might be it on the Morgana.
Sivir plays
She's
it
missed
really well though.
position,
Drops
too.
the ward, backs out. Invade's not gonna do anything. It's a nice try though by Northville.
Definitely a lot more aggressive than last game, where it was almost just like a 2-5 points. Dakota with more of a stack.
But Dakota not even getting a ward in Northville's top side, so this is... I mean, Northville just loses nothing off that invade.
Unless, right now,
Oh,
Dakota's
Lilia is going up,
jungle.
Lilia
This
looking for
might
that
just
ward onto
be
the top
either a
side.
ward or possibly a red start. Oh,
Yeah, the
just a
ward will come
ward.
down.
Lilia warding the bush in between of the buff and the lane, which can see
Oh,
Volibear's
maybe-
pathing.
Yeah, maybe they just know that, just like last game,
Lilia's
Nunu's
staying
gonna pass
very
down
late.
possibly.
It might even be a Raptor start from Lilia. I don't think Lilia realizes that they're starting top. I think Lilia thinks it's a bot leash, and Lilia's
I
gonna
was-
shoot the enemy Raptors.
Yeah, I thought it was the opposite. I thought she did know they were starting top, and that's why they did it. But
Yeah, it looks like Lilia's
it
gonna
seems
shoot
it's the
start
complete
Raptors here.
opposite. If she goes up, this might be first
This is super
blood.
interesting.
The smite to keep her healthy, but this is looking really risky.
Nunu is gonna path up. This could be detrimental to Nunu. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
so
gonna
it
steal the
seems
Raptors.
not. Wow, she just gets out.
Nunu dropping really low there.
Nuno is skipping Krugs, not doing. Oh, he did want to do.
Oh, he
that,
walks
but
back to get the fully charged snowball, but doesn't realize that
think
his Raptors are just missing.
Seems he's shocked. He didn't realize that she did it. It makes sense.
That
And
was
the
a very
funniest
smart
part-
play.
Yeah, the funniest part is that, I mean, yeah, Nunu just doesn't get the camp, and now Lilia knows because she saw him on the wards she placed. And good trading coming down from the side of Dakota here. I mean,
A lot of poke.
Yeah,
with
Leona
level 2
look-
advantage and no spells on the Morgana, that could have been super dangerous.
Yeah, looking for that Zenith Blade, but just slightly missing off from the targets.
Top lane is going to be shoving into Northville.
Top side,
They do know, but the thing is, again, top lane for Dakota Gangplank here is going to be completely free to do this. Just pressure out this Volibear. He has basically no fear of getting ganked. They saw Nunu on the ward, pathing top to bot. They know Nunu's on his bot side.
hitting the train
Oh,
onto the
LeBlanc,
Zags.
though. Wow, that's huge. Very low on the Zags. I think next.
Oh, but
LeBlanc
popping the
combo, he's
passive.
dead.
The Blanc
Ziggs
does have
is gonna get
ignite.
a nice counter trade.
The Blanc does have the ignite, so
Yeah, I
once
would be very worried if I was Ziggs with that HP. I think LeBlanc it only takes one combo, and this Nunu's already looking to gank. This might be the end of Ziggs.
The
That's,
chain
Yup.
that
into
is
the
first
Nunu
blood.
knocked
Yeah,
him. Beautiful
very well
synergy.
played.
oh,
Yeah.
first blood going over to Northville JV.
And that is a
That's great.
really good sign for the side of Northville. I mean, this LeBlanc getting rolling early. I mean, if this LeBlanc is rolling early, trade
Oh
on the
wow,
top lane.
Wally, massive trade. He was losing really hard. And,
Doesn't look like they're gonna get much out of it though. But I mean, yeah, this LeBlanc getting pressure early and getting snowballing. She's gonna lock the Ziggs out of the game, and Lilia kind of caught out here. Zenithblade does connect. Now with the slow from the
Oh,
Ashe.
Lilia's
And the root coming
Lilia's
down
Lilia
there,
is
too.
dead. Wow, so much
Wow.
CC on the side of Northville JV. Once they're caught,
Lilia
they
Lillia
will
was
check it
definitely
out.
looking for the flash over the drag pit, but she didn't even have the time.
But I mean, absolutely fantastic rotation from Northville JV bot with the pressure they had in this lane, securing Nunu the scuttle, and yeah, Lilia just caught out, not even getting a chance to flash.
Yeah, honestly, this Nunu is doing so much early game, and for how the game started with him just losing a camp off the bat, this is really good recovery and impacting the map.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think top is just playing weak side extremely well. He's down a little bit of farm, but I mean, he's really surviving into this gangplank.
Honestly, that's to be expected as this lane is pretty hard for Volibear as he gets poked out by the grass proc of the Gangplank very easily.
Nunu is going to start pathing topside, and Volibear looks like he's going to actually hold a freeze. So this could be a gank opportunity for Nunu. He does this have to come top lane.
Does look like
But
they're just
Ashe?
pressuring.
Ashe is going to miss a
near
couple
miss.
minions here, but it's not the biggest deal.
As you can see, because of that rotation, they are down a little bit of CS, but I believe that they can bring back the CS difference with this huge wave that they're going to be catching right now.
Yeah, and look at this. Volibear does have the wave on his side, and Nunu is coming gank on.
Nunu pinging that he's going to go in. Oliver does have flash for the situation.
Can flash Q maybe?
No, not flashing the ball. He thinks he can walk out.
Oh!
Yeah,
Close.
wow. Trading flashes instantly. Very close.
I think it was a good attempt from Volibear because if Gangplank doesn't have flash or doesn't use flash there, I think he just dies. So that was a good
Oh,
attempt.
100%. Yeah.
But it was also a very, very patient flash from the Gangplank, which is great.
Well,
Yeah,
Nunu
well played.
might be a little caught out
First
here.
rotation from the Ziggs. Oh, gonna be able to knock the
That
Nunu out
is
of the ball.
such a good W by Ziggs. I think
Wow,
Nunu's
the
dead.
Q flashing out of the thing and getting out with a
Perfectly out, wow.
phase
I
rush.
mean, Nimbus Cloak move speed and the phase rush coming out from Nunu, just being able to walk right out. That was really good for Northville.
What I will say though is that W by Ziggs was so good, canceling the snowball.
Yeah, really well played.
Consider out of mana here though. Maybe at risk of getting engaged on if she can't afford to. She can't get her spell shield off and then afford any other abilities.
Oh, spell shield actually is free mana and it refunds mana if it gets popped. So
Yeah.
Silver's only
Yeah.
have that spell shield available.
However, if she uses her spell
Yeah.
shield to get her mana back, she is in danger from the Leona engage.
Exactly.
true.
Yeah.
Oh, this is very
Volibear
dangerous for
trying-
Volibear.
Oh,
He does have
wow.
ulti.
Trying to get that
Is he
barrel.
not getting out? I think he dies. One more barrel.
One more Q.
Wow.
With the grass block. Well,
Oh,
solo
that
kill.
was so
I do
close.
not think that Northville JV's top expected that much damage from the Q, and maybe he didn't have enough mana, but he was unable to ulti to save himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was risky because I think if he does proc that barrel, it's really good, but he didn't quite get the last hit on the barrel. The barrel did hit with the damage in the slow, and yeah, just being run down by GP.
Huh? And GP, every time he explodes the barrel, is able to reset his passive, and that's just so much true damage onto Volibear.
Northville just will go doing the drink. Nunu doesn't miss smites, yeah. Q smite from 900 HP.
Although it's very interesting to see how much of a CS difference there is in the jungle, as a Nunu only has 28, while Lily has a surprising 44.
Yeah, Lilia
Yeah, I mean,
just
Lilia
off the
is going to
input
completely
players.
outfarm Nunu in this matchup. Nunu is going to be able to outgank Lilia early, but there's no way Nunu can keep up in farm. Even the bot lane for Dakota pulling out in farm. Mid lane is down farm, but the gold is basically exactly even still. It's going to be a close game. Blanc looking for a trade onto Ziggs.
Oh,
The chain is gonna
Wow,
land.
great chain, flashing away
Wow.
from the
I don't
Ziggs.
know if he needed to, but that did
I
look
mean,
like
yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
a really
the
bad
thing is
trade.
now, Ziggs with no flash against the LeBlanc Nunu, super dangerous.
Honestly, but I feel like that was I think a needed flash, as if LeBlanc
Absolutely.
just hits another her R, which is currently a chain if you look to the side, I think he just died
Oh,
instantly.
this
like
might
that.
Flashing
be
for
it.
LeBlanc,
Yep,
Double
and
chain,
just
solo
he's
kill.
gone.
Solo kill
Wow.
from
a
LeBlanc.
straight up 1v1 solo kill.
Flash
Well played.
and Ignite being used by LeBlanc, and she just gets it.
I mean, already this LeBlanc is 2-0. If this LeBlanc keeps getting ahead like this, this LeBlanc could really snowball the game.
Oh, getting hit by that barrel.
Oliver is going to be collapsing by the Lily here, but Nunu is coming up, and LeBlanc has
She does have
first roll.
ulti, using the
wow.
unstoppable to cancel the sleep.
Really good volley ults, but
However,
this
using
thing-
the Gangplank ulti to slow both of the teammates down.
and LeBlanc is still here. Maybe LeBlanc can turn everything.
And I
It looks
think
like both
He's
teams will
leaving,
walk
it
out.
seems.
Both teams are just gonna
nothing
walk out.
happens.
I mean, good
he's
run from
bringing it back to
LeBlanc, just
neutral.
making sure nothing crazy happens, but yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
Nunu already
really good
catching up
Oliver
in
also
farm.
cancel the sleep from the Lilia.
very clean play from both sides here, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, well played. We're gonna see. They do it still topside. Maybe could look under the GP, but Volibear is quite low. Yeah, I mean, Volibear is getting bullied by these grass procs from GP under his own turret, and Nunu pathing away. This could be dangerous for Volibear. If Volibear isn't back here, he might actually just die to this.
Hey, Mike
Trade
and
for
go.
bot in here.
One barrel and an auto, and he's gone. And Gangplank does have flash coming up, so it's very possible if Volley can't flash in time that he'll just kill him. Oh, Volley going for the safe recall and then probably the TP back. That's
I
probably
do like that play from Volibear, though.
It might just be needed here, honestly.
Oh, Nunu ganking
Nunu
the
coming in.
Flash
Yeah.
on Ziggs, this might be able to
Ziggs.
kill.
Confirmed and confirming the chain. Ziggs is. Oh, he's not dead. He's not dead. Very close though. Lilia definitely.
Oh,
does
Lilia
kill
killing
Nunu,
out
though. Wow.
the Nunu from the counter gank. Very clean from the Ziggs to make sure that he only W's when he's on the side of where he could just W out of the LeBlanc's range.
Yeah, I mean, clean play from Ziggs, nice counter gank from Lilia, and it will swing inside of Dakota. Ziggs still has no flash though, so LeBlanc can keep pressuring this. But I mean, yeah, CS almost exactly even in the bot lane.
Yep, and I see if it was any other bot lane, Leona would have engaged there, and they would have gotten such a big lead. But as it is Sever Morgana, it's very, very hard for Leona to just get any sort of CC or engage off onto the enemy team.
Yeah, I think Leona this game is gonna in lane especially is gonna have to sit back, not really do much. But I think mid game this Leona pick will really come alive, locking down the Ziggs, locking down this Leona, locking down this GP. Could really provide opportunities for this LeBlanc to come in and just absolutely one shot these champions.
Yeah, especially on the Lilia. And now that both of them have ults and flash, there could be a.
Wow, the E hitting.
the E will land.
No! I think Ashe is dead. Wow.
What a great linking from Lilia, hitting that
That
E
was
into
shocking,
sleep.
yeah.
Yeah, following up the Morgana route with the E and then the sleep, just blowing up Ashe. I mean, very well played. Nice chain CC inside
I mean,
Dakota.
Oh, going in
That was JJ, I
on the
would not
side
expect
of
that.
Northville.
Leona going
Leona?
in. Oh, and that is looking really good for Nunu.
Die here.
Great exhaust
and
on
phase
to the
rush.
Nunu,
So
but phase
fast.
rush is so fast.
Oh wait, he didn't finish her off. Oh, that would do it.
Oh,
Nunu
but he's
played
unable
that
to
very
finish
well.
off the Morgana.
Very good Leona E though to make sure they stay under that tower and stall for the Nunu there. It was really
Oh,
solid
dangerous for
engage.
Leona though. This bind
Oh,
ledge
this
might
Leona
be
just
dead.
need-
no,
dead.
that's a solo.
Oh, but the flash
W
away.
is-
Oh, but the
wait.
game's like
GPR.
ulti!
Wow.
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 Honestly,
Slight position
honestly,
on
I
the
think
R.
that's just a straight up misplay from Gangplank. Better positioning
Yeah.
on the R and Leona just dies.
Yeah, it feels more centered. I think Leona's just.
Yeah, I mean, just
over
drop it
there,
right
yeah.
on Leona's head and she just dies.
Lilia
Hard
might.
fall from LeBlanc changes
Oh
this,
no, not the miss.
And maybe just that he
definitely a solo kill.
he
yeah.
underestimated the
Yeah, huge.
the armor on the Leona, especially this early on into the game.
Especially with that W active,
Yeah.
Leona is super tanky.
Yep,
And
wow,
the
and
rush
just
split and
Volibear getting
steel caps
bullied.
coming out. Yeah, and Leona rushing steel caps. It's very hard
LeBlanc
to kill her right
Not
now.
going too
LeBlanc-
deep here.
I think LeBlanc
Wow.
dies. Wow. Very good volley engage. I think Lilia is 200%
Lilia
dead. Yeah.
And Ziggs will fall for this. Northville does have to
Two for
invest the
two.
TP from Volibear.
It is a 2 for 1.
2 but there is a. Oh, is it?
This should
Two
just
for
be a
one.
Drake here as
Oh,
well.
true,
Jungle Dakota is
LeBlanc,
dead.
yeah.
Northville does have
Maybe
Yeah,
one for the
you can
steal,
do
one
it,
for kill. No, but it's Nunu. It's very
There was
so
a
so
lot that could
hard.
have stole it. Yeah.
Yep.
Still getting it though.
I mean, well played from Northville, just taking the 2 for 1. And getting the
However,
Drake off it.
again, so interesting that Northville always seems to have the kill lead on the board, but they're always down gold, which is just showing Dakota's strength to just farm and getting ahead, even when it's not just kills.
Honestly,
I think
the
even if we took the
scariest
gold-
part is the volley and Gangplank. That's a 40 CS lead and 4 plates down. That
Yeah, I mean,
might,
I think if we check the
that might
gold
just be most of the gold, honestly.
Oh, let's check out the
Slight
gold,
lead.
which, yeah, Gangplank is up 2,000 gold.
2,000 gold at 13 minutes. Wow, absolutely. Just like dominant lead here from this Gangplank.
Even though on the side of Northville, he does have 1,000 gold difference, just the Gangplank 2,000 gold difference just leaves too much of an impact.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I mean, Northville's still up kills. Game is still really close to LeBlanc. Still's ahead with the Dark Seal and the completed Mythic. Still really strong. And is roaming down bot here.
With
Oh,
Zenith
no,
Blade missing
missing
on,
the-
all the slow
And
are hitting onto the. Oh, but Mad King
Oh, appeal for the block.
able to
Deep.
just stop the Ash Heart hitting onto the.
Amazing Ashar, but not enough to save Leona.
Huge Sivir Q coming out, killing the Leona, leaving the LeBlanc 1 HP. I mean, good try from the LeBlanc, but yeah, I mean, the Ziggs moving down with the TP and the Lilia sitting in the bush, waiting and anticipating that gank. Well played by the Lilia.
That was very
It
well
seems
played by
that
the
Nunu is
Lilia.
responding to this by doing Rift Herald, which I think is just the best play you can do here. Now that bot is out of the equation, it seems.
Yup. And he knows he could just do this for free, as he saw about 4 people of Dakota just on the bot side of the map.
Yeah, the only thing that might be a problem is 2 levels up Gangplank and him with the Thresh out of the shop Divine Sunder. That could be a problem if Gangplank realizes and roams down, which he is right now.
Yup.
Seems that Nunu got out with the Rift Herald already and is safe though.
Looking for the gank into the mid lane.
Big gank. No, our Ziggs is knocked up. LeBlanc.
But the Ziggs bomb just causes
that's
LeBlanc!
huge
Damage! Ulti coming out from the Leona, missing the damage
play.
play!
Missing E.
Leona misses the Zenith Blade on the stunned target.
Nuno missing Ara and Leona missing E on a stun target.
Oh, tragedy strikes for Northville.
Wow, a lot
Can't lock
of
down
small
the Leona.
arrows. Yeah, a lot of small errors and just execution. Very unfortunate for Northville. That could have been huge getting the kill on the Lilia there.
Honestly, it's
Even
very
maybe the
interesting.
kill on Ziggs too.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me that the Leona decided to just go the plated steel caps, and because it seems like Dakota has so much CC on their side, and also a lot of AP damage.
I think that's an error from the side of Leona going steel caps here, especially rushing steel caps.
Yeah,
that's a
first
big
day.
Oh yes, I mean it's a
Sold
little
it
bit.
for Mobies.
I
What?
don't think he sold it. I think he was just in base deciding. But
Oh, he undid it.
yeah.
he-
I like
he-
Moby's much better.
He did
I
have
would've
it
liked
2
Mercs the
backs
most,
ago, though. He did sell the item. It was there a few backs ago.
He was
Yeah.
really. That's a very
Yeah,
interesting
he's-
decision by
Did
Northville
sell the
JVs.
plated caps just for Mobies.
Mobies.
Very interesting idea, especially Mobies this late in the game. Honestly, I don't even know if it's as worth anymore. You can't make any more roams in laning phase. Laning
No, I
phase
would've-
is almost over.
I would
Out of
definitely have for Merc shreds here.
yeah, it's very hard for her to make
would've
plays
been
in
way
the
more
first
valuable.
place, as the passive from the Moby is really denied, as Dakota's team has so much poke with
Yeah,
that
so
Lilia
much
E,
poke
with
and-
that Ziggs, with that Morgana, with that
Yeah, and all the
Sivir.
poke is AP too.
Yep.
Not even to mention Lilia sleep, CC, all the CC from Morgana. The fact that they're 3 AP and 2 of them should probably be the carries. And Gangplank is the only one that she would need those plated steel cups for, and she still chose to sell them.
For Moby, which is very, very sad.
Oh, amazing
the top
gameplay.
gang
Gangplank is
coming
getting
in.
locked down here.
The flash coming in from the
He might
Gangplank,
get
but
out, but Volley has ult. Volley may have to ult here.
oh, I don't think Volley is
Opting out of the ult,
Volley's
though,
thinking that he could kill.
Oh, Lilia, if they don't get that blast going now, what is... Wow, that was an interesting option.
Thinking is just dead here.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a little ambitious with the recall.
Wow, Volleybear's dead here too, but he
Oh,
flashes
there.
away. I think he might just get dived.
Oh, wow. Lilia definitely went for the E there to secure the kill. Unfortunately missing.
Wow,
Oh, he
Volleybear ulting
skipped
over to the
almost
other side. He
everything.
just tried to dodge this.
Oh, wow.
Dodge this dive. He's just moving side to side.
This turret.
LeBlanc trying to go for the kill,
Going
but
for very
Gameplank's
ambitious
so
engage.
tanky with that
Well,
Sterax and
the
this
Leona
Divine Thunder.
unfortunately ulting a spell shield too. Volley's still under this tower fighting for his life there. The Ashe is finally here to cover for him. 4 people in the top lane on Dakota at 18 minutes. Oh, no.
And there
The
goes
poke
Northville
the
JV
poke
top
is
laner.
dragging
And there's that.
Oh, wow. That is
Unfortunate for Northville.
horrible for Northville because now they just lose the pop turret as well. Yeah, Ziggs
Yeah.
Siege very strong here, especially with the Sivir and I mean in this case the Gangplank because he's the one who's top. It's just so much and the
No.
LeBlanc can't take on them 2v4.
And no, this game seems to be very, very, very now Dakota sided.
Oh, wow. That is huge for them actually getting a shutdown for free there.
Yeah, big
However-
overstay from Dakota.
Even with that LeBlanc, what is it? With the shutdown on the LeBlanc, it's going to be very hard for Northville to take back control of this game, as so many people of
Yeah.
Dakota have such a strong lead ahead. Well, catching out the Sivir
Sivir
constantly.
here.
Another catch. These
Wow.
catches are getting Northville very much in the game once again.
And that just might be the Drake for Northville. Ziggs
That's
dead.
Soul Point too, and it's Infernal Soul. This could be the win con that Northville is looking for.
Keeping
Getting
incoming
Infernal
from-
Soul.
Keeping in coming over
Well,
from the
LeBlanc is
Gangplank.
running to top turret. Now she is
Oh
coming
wow!
back down
Now
Drake.
she's going bot. I think the drag is secured here because it's Nunu, but I can't tell.
Oh!
Yep, Nunu
He
taking the
does-
dragon.
he
Barely getting it. Nunu's asleep though. Ult being cancelled. This is looking like a horrible fight for
Wow.
Northville.
The Volleybear staying alive for
Disaster.
so long, but it falls after.
Leona getting
A
another
Leona kill.
engage though. Oh, the Gangplank dying the Leona alive. Nunu might die if they continue this fight though.
Wow, the W ulti from the LeBlanc, but it has
the
a little
Gangplank
bit-
barely surviving. Everyone's alive right now.
What a scrappy
Everyone
fight.
but Leona. That was very, very interesting fight from both sides. I'd almost consider it possibly messy. They were going in and out. There was there was neither side fully grouping there. Oh, very split up.
Super scrappy fight, but I mean the total score after
Oh, Nunu, he's
total
good.
score after all this settles down finally is, I mean, Drake over to Northville, 1 kill over to Dakota, but Dakota will take control of Northville's jungle.
Yup, and now, as you see, there's about a 7,000 gold difference. It's going to be very, very hard for Northville to win like this game. But not impossible, but it's going to be very, very hard.
And if you want to show the gold here, I'm wondering where this massive gold lead is coming from. Mid is even, jungle is even, bot is up 2,000 gold, top
Wow.
is up almost 3,000 gold.
Oh yeah, that is
Almost 4,000 gold.
Yeah,
Can you believe that?
4,000 gold lead top. That honestly could be part of the deciding factor of this game.
But yeah, just the
Gangplank
Gangplank
getting very large.
just showing how dominant he can be in these top lane matchups. Just
An
bullying out this
entire
Volibear.
mythic.
Yup,
Yeah, they both have
this entire
divine, but he
item.
has an entire item ahead of him with the Stair Axe. It is very polarizing to see.
Nunu engaging on to Dakota's side.
Oh, Ziggs
However, gets
immediately
denied
being
out.
hit.
Getting
Nunu
poked
out
out.
for free. Ziggs ult just to poke them down. Ash extremely low. There's no way
Flying
she
for
can
Volibear coming in.
re-engage.
Volibear does have ult.
Ash is out of the fight though. I don't
Volibear
think she
does have
can go
ulti
in.
going in for the special
Huge
coming in
ult,
from.
probably. Oh, the arrow! Perfect. Perfect arrow.
Wow.
Ziggs is getting blown up,
For
though.
Volley. Sivir.
Flash in from the
Rooted by the
Nunu.
Nunu. 200% dies.
Kills
Secured with the smite.
Sivir. Wow, that was such a great
This be
engage
Baron.
from Northville side.
Still
This
down
might be Baron. They're
6K.
picking Baron. They're looking to go for it.
Oh, Lilia's.
Lilia having
has
to flash out.
A little greedy with the look there. Northville down 6K.
Lilia does have ulti,
winning
ulting
fights.
a lot of Northville's
Ulting
carries.
3 people. That is huge. Gangplank might clean this up.
Yep.
looking
LeBlanc
super
is
scrappy,
very
super
low.
high.
LeBlanc is very low.
I don't
Can
think they
Dakota
could
pull it
do the
off?
Baron here. I think they have to retreat, and it seems that they are.
It's a 2v5, but Northville just so low. These two champs,
Wow.
like, just
Unable
absolutely
to-
just zoning Northville off.
Unable to 2v5 it. Gangplank taking control of the pit here with the vision.
Lilia being able to just deny Northville from just taking a dragon, taking the Baron.
I do think it means a lot though that Northville down 6 to 7K, able to narrow that because even with that massive deficit, they're still able to win fights based on how they play it.
It's a lot of damage on that Lilia onto that Ashe there.
Amazing Ashe arrow that fight though. Ashe unfortunately was too low to be in the fight, but still got so much value in that fight with just that R.
Yep. And
Seems
now
that Dakota is now just taking control of waves again and CSing, and I think they're comfortable in their spot because I'm honestly thinking they're just trying to scale up and that I think they know that they outscale here.
Yep, and if you see, I think the one thing that we have to look out for is the soul for Northville that may come in about a minute for the fire dragon soul, and if Northville can get this fire soul, infernal soul, then it may be a big deal for them as it'll help them win more fights in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I'm looking at these comps in this game today. I think that's one of the only ways Northville gets back into this game. They are up a kill, but just like last game, they are down 6,000 gold, mostly coming from that top lane matchup. But if Northville gets this Infernal Soul, this LeBlanc becomes so much more scary for the side of Dakota. Could really swing this game.
Yeah, honestly, what I'm thinking is Northville can get Infernal Soul to hold them off the rest of this game, especially really gain LeBlanc and Volibear a lot more value, and even Nunu with the engages in his R. But I don't think they can win unless they get Elder. I don't think Infernal Soul is enough. The gap is just so large right now with about 6K on the dot.
Yeah, they had to take this to late game and to even out that gold difference because in about hyper late game, the gold difference really doesn't matter. But the Lilia E hitting on
Sleep on the
carries.
Blanc. Huge. Early Nunu R, not able to do anything.
A huge engage is coming on from Northville's side. Being able to
Huge
kill
R.
Lilia.
Huge R and volley.
The Ashar
He's
is eaten
still
up by the
having
spell
flash,
from.
too.
Oh, and Lily's gonna burn down here.
Oh,
Flash
very
Q.
unfortunate to see.
This Gangplank just so huge on the side of Dakota.
And wow, it seems that the Northville side will just not be getting soul on this dragon.
Well, it's a 2 for
We'll
2,
go on
but
for another 5 minutes, possibly.
it was a 2 for 2, but Northville's side has taken a lot more damage onto their health, which is why they backed off and decided that they needed to give this dragon for now.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely looking still very doable for Northville. I think they can stall another 5 minutes and look for next drag, but their win con definitely soul, and it's looking way more narrow on how they can win this game the longer this game goes.
Yeah, Dakota just pulling further and further ahead in the gold lead. Now up 7,000 gold, or almost 7,000 gold. It's gonna be really tough for
I think what's very
Northville to get
big
back in this
is,
game.
yeah, now that Volley just kept that flash, it could be a very big turning point in any fight with Volley having that to catch out or start a fight.
Yeah, I mean Ash R on a really low cooldown is gonna come back up soon. But I don't think these teams are gonna fight over Baron. I think they might just wait for next Drake and fight over that.
Yeah, and I do like what Northville's really playing around Volley right now. Volley, they know that Volley's the one way they can win fights, and they're really trying to fight around him and give him the best angle so that they have the highest chance to succeed in this game.
It's very surprising and very well played by Northville that although they're down so much gold, that they're able to keep up in these trades and these fights.
Especially that they're playing around Volley, and honestly, Volley may just be the most behind on their team, and they're able to get so much success by utilizing him in probably the best way possible with their comp.
Is that an Ash R?
Yeah, I believe that they
Oh, wow.
maybe misclicked that Ash R. Wow.
Maybe for vision, but he has E. I'm not sure, honestly.
Yeah, but he picked his R. I believe that was just a
Yeah.
misclick on the
Yeah,
Yeah,
side.
it has to be.
That is unfortunate, but the Ash R will be back up at the time Infernal Drake spawns again, so it's not the biggest deal in the world.
Yep, it's not like Northville has to force anything too hard here, especially as they're already behind.
Yeah, honestly, what might happen here is, knowing the advantage that Dakota has, they could start Baron and then forced pressure upon Northville and see if they can fight it. But that's if Dakota decides to. It seems that they're kind of just down to farm wave for another 4 minutes.
No, it just seems as if they're just slowly but surely just taking control of waves and pushing it in. And it does look like they are moving towards the side of the Baron. If they want to try to do attempt to try to do the Baron, they may. Or they
Honestly,
may
if
just
Lilia
push
hits
mid.
one of these E's and R's, that could just be a pick that leads to Baron. It only takes one Lilia E.
Oh,
Nunu
Morgana Q hitting
looking
onto the
into
Nunu.
center of mid lane.
Nunu
immediately
flashing out, very low.
Yeah, very interesting ball there. Maybe they just didn't have vision of the spot and they didn't realize the entire team was there.
I mean, Dakota taking these small advantages, getting the Nunu flash, getting vision in Northville's jungle, pushing out mid. I think they're always pressuring Baron. Just getting these small advantages, just slowly and surely just taking the lead further and further ahead.
Nope.
And now taking all of Nunu's camps.
choking him down
Northville
with
does
his
know, though. Northville's looking to maybe do something here.
I think one reason maybe they're not very too excited to start drag is because they're afraid of the Nunu steal, as it's very easy to steal objectives with Nunu, as his Q smite does so much damage on the side as execution.
Yeah, I think Dakota just has no reason to 50-50 the Baron. They're just ahead and they're causing Northville to bleed out basically right now. They're just choking them off their own jungle camps, just perma pushing in mid wave. They have no reason to flip the Baron. All I have to do is take the Baron when it's guaranteed, and
Yeah, especially because it's a hard flip with Nunu. You could Q smite it. It's even less than a 50-50 at that point.
yeah, I mean,
A lot
absolutely.
harder. Though,
I
Drag
do
is up in a
believe, though,
minute, though.
Drake is coming up in 1 minute, and I think Northville and Dakota will end up fighting over that last Drake, and that fight may even decide the game.
Honestly,
what I
no-
am
no-
interested is if they fight on that drag, that could end the game. But there's also the possibility that Northville will trade for Baron so that they can stall out the game, or maybe if they get something big, they can capitalize on Baron for a shove. Because currently Northville only has one tower; they could really use the pushing power.
Yep, and that was like I was gonna say. If Northville JV attempts to trade Baron for drag, it's not like Dakota doesn't know that they have this option. Dakota may just stop the drag, as it's not really the thing they need, and just run straight towards a Baron and try to contest them at the Baron. And once Northville is being hit by the Baron, it's very hard for them to win the fight against Dakota.
Yeah,
looks like everybody's watching out of it.
Well,
Probably
he's hitting.
coming
TP'ing in. Very short distance TP though, but he's ready. Nunu's on the what almost looks like a possible engage or flank. He's already R'ing. Ashar near a miss. Volley
Wow.
in,
Just
hitting
so low.
Volley's dead. That
Dakota playing this fight beautifully, just poking out
wow.
the side of Northville.
But
She's
yeah,
flashing forward.
Everyone on Northville's
Honestly,
side.
if LeBlanc dies
Oh
here, that
wow, and the
game,
kill
that
onto
might-
the.
with this dragon, a dead LeBlanc and a dead Volley, this could
just gonna run
possibly
Baron.
be an
Yeah, it
end.
seems that they're
they're
just gonna
pinging
run
it.
Baron
Yeah,
and
they're
end the
going for
game.
the safest play, Baron. Yeah,
I mean, that was
with
really
Baron,
good.
that could be the end.
LeBlanc dove in, tried to get onto the Ziggs, tried to get onto the backline of Dakota, but Dakota beautifully played, just headed it out. Even with the LeBlanc flash, not able to get onto the backline and with the Ziggs and the Morgana and just the poke coming down from Dakota, I mean, Ashe was, 10% HP before that fight even started. She was
I
not
mean,
in that fight.
honestly, unless like Northville could pull off a desperation play here, which it seems they couldn't, this could just be the end of the game with around an 8K deficit, with leads in every single lane except for maybe mid, and now with Baron, this might just be the end of the game inevitably.
And now, if you look
Dakota
here,
pushing with Baron.
the reason why LeBlanc wasn't able to finish off the backline was the Sivir smartly also going without a Sivir builds the Wit's End, which just helps her to survive just the one burst from the LeBlanc, which causes the side of Northville to just fall apart, as LeBlanc is the main source of damage for the squishies.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think Wit's End is the best here, not because it's not MR, but I think Maw would have been way better here because of the build, because of Lethality Sivir. Lethality Sivir doesn't really want attack speed. Wit's End gives attack speed. I think Maw would have been better even with that magic shield, but yeah, I mean, any MR onto the Sivir is just going to make LeBlanc's life really difficult.
And honestly, that just reminded me that I think one of the issues Northville might be having right now, they have 6 kills on Nunu. He's not able to do anything currently. And now that Volley is starting to do a lot less damage, the only form of damage Northville has is LeBlanc. So if this LeBlanc is locked down, there is almost nothing left that Northville can do after that. That's just the end of every single fight.
I mean, yeah, Nunu having most kills on Northville, but Nunu is going to look for the Soul Engage. Does get rooted up by Morgana.
Yeah, but Dakota has so much CC.
Oh no, that could be horrible for
That might just be
Northville.
the game.
Yeah, they have to defend for their lives now and pray they can get something as this Baron can is just sieging their turret.
And Lilia does have Flash QR. If she can get a Flash Q onto 2 or 3 members, maybe of Northville, just hit the R, the game might just end.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Northville is gonna be able to stall 30 seconds for Nunu unless Dakota just backs off.
Taking the inhibitor, they may just take the slow and just try to wrap around and just keep on taking towers, as they know they can just do that with Ziggs.
Yeah, they
it
will go for
seems
the
they're
safe
choosing
play,
to
just
bot.
push out bot, siege these turrets, and yeah, I mean, like you said, Ziggs with the W passive, just being able to just demolish these turrets, get them done so fast. They're probably just gonna push bot, get bot inhib, maybe even just reset and go top, try to get top inhib, triple inhib, and with the, I mean, again, with the wave clear on the side of Northville, they basically have none. I mean, Ashe does have Runans, but she's 0-2, no damage. LeBlanc does no damage to super minions. Nunu Volibear not doing anything. If they get triple inhibbed, the game is just over. There's no way they can defend those minions.
Yeah, Dakota could just stand there and watch as the minions
LeBlanc
end the
gets
game.
Poked out, chunked
Ziggs
out by the
are
Ziggs.
almost enough, the Ziggs are.
Yep, and the Sivir are coming through.
Oh,
Nice.
and the 2-man E.
So
And the 2-man
unfortunate,
E
yeah.
with the
I think Dakota just fights here. They dive.
wow, but Northville fighting
Oh,
back.
coming down though.
Wait, okay, honestly, unfortunately, maybe the end for Northville, but very well played at the end.
Yep, and
Oh,
there
and
it goes.
the
The
snipe
ace
by
over
Lilia.
to Dakota's side.
And with Ziggs wave clear in his W, there's just no way he can't just shred these turrets and get to next as quickly.
GG.
Yep, and I think this game is just a GG.
So there's the set. Very good job by Dakota. Very clean set by them.
Congratulations, Dakota. I mean, just maybe being behind in kills in some of these 2 games, but really never dropping that far behind in gold. I mean, just very well played by Dakota. I mean, good games from Northville too. Though they didn't really make too many mistakes, and these games were really close and really interesting.
They have
Yep.
very good set coming out from the 2 of them. Though I think Dakota playing just very slow and just almost like methodical, I would say. They pull out the win.
As you see here at the end, on the side of Dakota, it is that Gangplank with that damage difference coming over Dakota's side.
Yeah, and if you even want to look to the gold graph, I'm sure you can see just what is it? Just pulling
yeah.
like Dakota pulling ahead just in the gold like over time, just like choking out yeah, I mean, yeah, this gold difference, especially in the top lane, GP up 3,000 gold. Even the mid lane down gold. After that, I mean, LeBlanc, even getting those early slow kills on his Ziggs, down a level, down 1,000 gold. Yeah, I mean, well played.
Yeah. Just well played from both sides. It's just today Dakota has taken the victory against Northville JV.
And GG's.
And GG's.
Good set though. Very good set. Okay, well I think that's all we have, and even like these games were really nice. It was a pleasure to cast, and I had a lot of fun. So
Yep. Same here.
it was a great time.
It was a great set.
All right, GG's, and we'll see you guys next time once we have another game. Thank you.
See you guys.